welcome back to another episode of Sundays with Jessica. And I think this is the first episode in which I'm wearing a half-sleeved shirt. So yeah, the seasons have changed and Jessica's still going. Yes! So, let's get into the video. So, there's this scene from Euphoria in which Lexi and Fesco, they were talking about her play and she was worried that what if she upset people. To which Fesco said that sometimes people need to get their feelings hurt. And it's quite true, isn't it? We spend half of our lives tiptoeing around, walking on eggshells, carefully crafting every word and every action, trying not to destroy or break somebody else's fragile world. We build these delicate house of cards, friendships, relationships, expectations, judgments, hoping that it will never fall. But one day it does. And we are left, scrambling together the cards, explaining, justifying how it was not our intention to do so. And it only takes one honest word and one misstep to make your house come tumbling down. And the thing is, while we're explaining and justifying ourselves to other people that, it was not our intention, what if we simply stopped? And this is where the really, really powerful philosophy of let them comes in. It's the thing that I've been trying to implement in my life for a really long time now. And I think I am some way successful and in some ways not. So the thing is, we let people, so the thing in this philosophy, what it says is that we let people misunderstand us. You let people gossip about you. You let people hate you. You do not have to worry yourselves or even concern yourself with what others think of you. And this is actually so liberating, because if you know in your heart that you've acted with integrity, then you do not have to worry yourselves with their judgment, because it's their story and not yours. And Jean-Paul Sartre, he said that hell is other people. And if we look at this quote from just its face value, then it's the thing that simply other people are the problem. But it's not that. You dig deeper, and it's the fact that it's our obsession with their approval. It's our obsession. It's the power that we give them. I'll give you an example. We are so obsessed of getting ourselves getting validated. We need somebody to tell us that what we did was right. So let's say that I talked to a lot of people, okay? And I did somebody wrong, okay? Whether you did it intentionally or unintentionally, you did somebody wrong. What happened is that you've been hurt now, right? So now you have to get that validation somewhere else that you were right. So you go to somebody else. You tell their story. You tell your story to them, and then they say, okay, it's all right, we understand, what you did was right, and you feel comforted in that. But the thing is, you have painted this story with your own paint. They do not know the other side of the equation, what the other person must have gone through. But you are validated, and then someday they do you wrong. You go running to the other person that what happened, and you get that validation from this person. And the problem with these kind of people is that you cannot trust them ever. You cannot, because you are going to be the topic of conversation in somebody else's group. But if you just simply let the other person judge you or misunderstand you and not go running for validation, I think that's true liberation. Because it speaks volume if you go telling your story to the entire village in order to seek validation. Because even if somebody comes to me, I will judge them, because if they can come to me talking about somebody else, they must have gone to somebody else talking about me as well. And that is the cheapest and the lowest a person can go. That is really it. That's the problem with seeking validation. I always think that the more you seek validation, the more you're gonna lose the value of your character, like something like this. Yeah, so the thing is, you just let them. It's a really powerful philosophy, and I recently, a cousin of mine told this to me, that Shah Rukh Khan, he in an interview, he said that always give people the benefit of doubt. You know, if somebody comes to you, if somebody did you wrong, okay, and they come to you explaining that that this was the reason, okay, you always give them the benefit of doubt. You do not ever hold a grudge against them, but you give them the benefit of doubt. You let go and you trust them that, okay, maybe what they're saying is correct, and you give them the benefit of doubt. You believe their story, because that's the only closure that you're going to get. Holding a grudge is not going to get you anywhere. And as you grow up, you're really not going to make a lot of friends. I mean, you're going to make a lot of friends, but you know, the genuine friendships I'm talking about. So it's always better to give people the benefit of doubt, and it's always better to not make a big deal about things and always cry about things. Crying is one thing that I really don't like. I really don't like to be around people who are constantly crying about that, oh my god, my life is not going well, oh my god, this happened. Those people, they suck out the energy out of the room. They really do that. So yeah, always give people the benefit of doubt. Always believe what they're telling you, and never hold a grudge against anybody. Because one thing that I've learned is that hatred, if you hate somebody, that person is not affected by that, but you are the one who's carrying the burden of hate onto your back, you know. So don't hate, let people think the worst of you, and always give people the benefit of doubt. Those three things are the ones that I shall try, and I will definitely carry on with me for the rest of my life, because it shall serve me and it shall make my life easier. So yeah, that was it about today's video. I hope that I make sense, and if you've been watching so far, I really, just let me know if I did or did not make sense. But I think that I do make sense half the time. Even when I'm not, I know that I'm making sense, right? And if I simply stop making these videos just because I don't make sense, I'm not going to be improving, you know. I can only get better at playing, let's say, basketball only by playing basketball, not by thinking about it. So I can only get better at making these videos by actually making them and not just thinking about how to improve myself. So yeah, that was it about today's video. Bye bye, see you in the next one.